K-Learn programming is made possible in part by Sanford Children's.
Good evening, and welcome to this month's edition of The School Zone. I'm your host, Matt Johnson. VJ Smith is the former alumni director at South Dakota State University. He is an inspirational speaker and author of The Richest Man in Town, a story about Marty, an employee at Walmart in Brookings. Marty taught VJ lessons in life. Now VJ Smith travels the country sharing Marty's story and what he learned from this simple man. At the start of this school year, VJ was invited to speak at the opening session for the Sioux Falls School District employees. Fifth grade teachers at Robert Frost were inspired by the book and story. They decided to have the entire fifth grade students read this inspiring book and see if they could be inspired by Marty. Teachers report a nice impact on their students with better behavior in the classroom and on the playground. Fifth grade teacher Jane Hanneman will explain how they were inspired to make this a worthwhile project. We will also hear from Julie Sternholm and Ashley Crackey as they reflect on the nice experience this project has been.
Got together as fifth grade teachers and we started talking about what are some things we can do with our kids, because we really felt like teaching kids about showing kindness on an everyday basis is what we deal with all the time, and we really wanted to put extra emphasis on that. And so we planned out some things that we thought kids could do, and then we each read the book in our classroom. After finishing the reading of the book, we put things into action. Students wrote letters to people that were in their lives, not famous people, but people that they knew on a personal basis, maybe a neighbor, maybe just a good friend of theirs, maybe it was a family member that they've never really taken the time to say thank you to, and they actually put that down in words. We shared some of that with one another. We did several things in our classrooms where we've actually written things to each other, just acknowledging each other for something kind that we have done in our classroom. And then we tried to go beyond our school. We had a food drive and we brought canned goods to realize that we can impact our community as well.
Well, this has been a fun experience to introduce to fifth graders, because fifth graders are they're ready to handle some stuff like this and talk about some tougher things. And I think the best part for me was just watching what they thought was rich before we read the book. What did rich mean? And what did rich mean when we got to the end of the book? And they really did understand that it wasn't about money, it was how you treat other people.
I think it was really important to do the acts of kindness in our school building as students were encouraging one another, and throughout the process of the book, students were making nice comments to other students on the playground, in the classroom, in the hallways, all those things that we see every day. Every day in our classrooms. And so I just think overall having VJ come and visit us was an inspiration to not only our students but the staff involved in this process as well.
This guy changed my life. I used to have a great job at South Dakota State University. I used to go all over the country. I got to go overseas because I would work with alumni, which were people who graduated from South Dakota State. But 14 months ago I had to quit because I couldn't handle it anymore. I couldn't do that job and go out and speak. Last year I spoke about Marty 152 times. 150, all over the country.
After VJ's presentation, the fifth graders shared a special slideshow presentation showing how much they appreciated learning about Marty and the importance of relationships in life.
I really enjoyed the opportunity to talk to young people, and when the invitation came, I jumped the opportunity because I'm still surprised by the reaction from young people to Marty's story. It's because I never wrote the book thinking it was going to appeal to young people, and so many young people have contacted me, and I got a great reception today. Loved it, and it was really touching what they did at the end with the slideshow. And I know Marty would be so proud.
We asked students to share what they thought of the book.
I thought at first, I was thinking that it was going to be like a story about just, two men, just getting a really good friendship together, but it like gained more and more, and like they just both really got along with each other, and Marty just was amazing. He just was great to everybody.
I really learned that being rich is really being nice and not having a lot of money and things.
It was a really good book, and I liked the life lessons.
I thought it was really good because it taught you one simple act of random kindness is you don't do it to benefit yourself. You do it to benefit the other person if they're having a really bad day or something.
Students shared some of the things they have done since reading the book.
Yeah, I donated some to the food drive.
If we see someone that's been kind around the school or in the community, we give them this card and write a letter to them about how thankful we are for it, and then we just like write our names on it and then say from, and then we from Lee, and then give it to them.
I've seen a lot of changes in a couple of my classmates, but I think I've changed a little bit ever since I've read the book.
Our student council teacher, Mrs. Adler, had us build this pyramid using 5 strings and a rubber band. We all had to pull on the strings, catch the cup, and put it into position, and then pull them again so it'd drop and make the pyramid.
They also told us about VJ's special visit.
About what he wrote about the book and how Marty's life was.
He just shared us about all of the speeches he gave about Marty, and he kept encouraging us to keep acting the way Marty did, to be nice to people and say thank you and just be polite and stuff.
He was awesome. It was really cool.
And what did he talk to you about?
He talked to us. He kind of did the Marty talk a little bit, and he told us a lot about Marty's life and a lot about different stories and where he's been and doing the talks and stuff.
Memorial students are taking time out of their busy schedules to help tutor 1st and 2nd grade students at Discovery Elementary. Let's find out more.
My name is Jess Paulson, and I'm one of the school counselors at Discovery Elementary, and we started our mentoring partnership with Memorial Middle School the 2nd quarter of school. Memorial is right across from the field at Discovery, and felt like it would be nice to pair middle school students up with our elementary age kids to help with their academic progress. So once a week, every Friday morning, those students come over to Discovery before their regular school day at Memorial and dedicate that time with the student that they're matched with. It's been beneficial for our students to have that individual working time to complete work that isn't finished or play games that are kind of academic in nature. But also just the relationship building has been pretty powerful for some of these students too. So I think we've got about just over 20 mentors that come over on Friday mornings right now. And would probably like to increase the program next year. We have just such a need here, and just having seen the program do well over the last couple of quarters and seeing the success and what it's done for our students, we'd like to maybe try to continue and increase that number. So,
Damien.
Okay, Damien, can you tell me who you worked with today?
With my teacher, Mrs. Gores.
And who is the young man from Memorial Middle School you were working with? Do you know his name?
Trey.
Okay, now you worked with him before?
First time I see him, I was working with him. Yeah, and we play video games that sorry.
My name's Trent Meinke, and I'm a mentor from Memorial at Discovery, and I work with Damien. And today we're doing like dollar problems and counting the cents, totals and stuff. And I've been working with him since about January.
Okay. Have you seen improvement in what he's been doing since you've been working with him?
Yeah, he's been a lot calmer and more willing to work.
Great. Now, you're obviously taking some of your own time to come over here because school doesn't start for another 10 minutes or so. Why do you do that? Why do you come over here to Discovery and work with students?
I think it's important to give back to your community, and this is a very easy way to do that. And it's just good that you help out.
Hi, I'm Liz Ratzloff, and I'm mentoring a student named Logan. And today we were working on subtracting 2-digit numbers and borrowing.
Hi, my name is Logan, and I like my mentor because she's a lot fun to have.
You like having your mentor come over from Memorial and work with you?
Yes.
And why do you like that?
I don't know, I just do.
Is it fun having a bigger kid come over and work with you? Anything else you want to tell us about? And you, school isn't started yet. You're here early, obviously. Why do you do this? Why do you come over to Discovery?
I just feel that some students need more help, and I want them to achieve more. And I like helping students so that they can feel like they can catch up with the class and they know what they're doing.
Do you ever see teaching as in your future?
Well, I've been thinking about it, and I like teaching little students, but at the same time I like teaching my age too. But it's a lot of fun.
My name is Blake, and I was working on homework to get finished and to...
What is it like to have a bigger kid come over and work with you? Do you like that?
Yeah.
What do you like about having them come over?
Because they can give us strategies and they can give us stuff to do.
All right, my name is Lindsay Bamer. My name is Mai. My name is Ashley. And we've been mentoring here since about October or so. So that's about like half a year till now. Okay, we come over here and we get to play games with the kids and help them with their homework, and it's really fun. Yeah, like, well, in the beginning they were kind of shy, but after that they started really opening up to us, and we did a lot of math and reading and spelling with them, and they pretty much improved.
Is there one thing that you find you're working on more with the students than another, math or reading, or what types of things are you working on?
Well, we do a lot of like worksheets and make up homework, and then we read with the kids just so they can improve on their reading skills and stuff. Yeah, we read a lot too. We do reading and spelling.
Okay. Is there any special feeling you get for coming over and doing this?
I love coming over here and doing it. It's so much fun to work with them and see them improve on their skills and know that we're helping them. It's really fun to like come over here, and he's like always happy to see me, so I feel good about coming over here. Yeah, it's really fun, and when they see us, they're really happy, and we would love to see them anytime.
Do any of you see yourselves as being a teacher when you get out of school?
Yeah, that's what I really want to do, is be a teacher.
You want to do that? So you find what's when you're working with a math problem and they aren't quite getting it and then they do, what kind of feeling do you get when that happens? When they finally solve a problem?
I guess accomplishment, because you know you help them figure it out and then they can do the next problem on their own because they get it.
Jacob?
Mm-hmm.
Now, who did you work with today? Do you know the name of the person you worked with?
No.
You don't? Okay. How long have you been doing this? Been doing this for a while? Okay. And what types of problems or things did you work on today?
I'm not really sure.
You're not sure? Did you work on math or reading? Or
I worked on math.
on math. And what kinds of things are you doing in math? Subtraction, adding?
Subtraction.
Okay. Is that sometimes hard for you? Does it help to have someone like these students come over and help you work with that?
I'm Haley, and today what I did with my mentor, I read and we played addition bingo.
Do you like having a bigger kid come over and work with you?
Yeah.
What do you like about having a friend from Memorial come over?
I like reading with her.
And what things do you normally work on math or?
Usually we just, but usually all the kids in my class just do it and we just do reading. We just all do the same thing. We just read and do addition bingo.
Another journey to Discovery Elementary, where this time USF early literacy students are getting some practical teaching practice. Second grade teacher Katie Neblasek will explain how this all works.
I'm Katie Neblasek. I'm a second grade teacher at Discovery, and once a week we have the USF early literacy class come into our room, and they match up one-on-one or two-on-one with our second grade students and help them with reading strategies and comprehension strategies. And it really helps our students because they get that one-on-one attention that they crave. It helps them to form strategies easier and to it really accelerates their reading. And for the USF kids, it helps them because they get hands-on real-life teaching experiences.
How long have you been teaching in the district?
Okay. This is my first year in the district. It's my third year teaching.
Okay, so you haven't been too far out of college yourself.
Right.
What do you think this does for the college student that gives them a chance to come in and practice working with students?
I think it's an invaluable experience because this is what they're going to be doing, and for most of them in less than a year. And so I think it really gives them that hands-on experience, the real-life experience. They're not just reading it out of a textbook, but they get to go and apply what they learned. So I wish I would have had an experience like this when I was in college. So.
Okay. How do you see that this will be helping your students in class then?
Well, I've actually already seen it help a lot of my students. We've been doing this since the first semester, and some of my kids actually came into second grade below grade level. And by Christmas time, just because they had had that one-on-one interaction with the college student, by Christmas time, all my kids were at the point where they were supposed to be, even if they started below grade level. So it's really accelerated their reading.
Well, when I spent my time in Mrs. Neblasek's classroom, it was for an early literacy class. So we learned, came in, at USF, learned about how to help struggling readers, how to meet books, having appropriate books with our children, and then we came back into the classroom here and we met with students individually. We each had a buddy that we met with and read with every time we were there, and worked on different strategies. Worked on filling out reading logs and challenged them to find books that were appropriate for them. And then from there we would give some feedback to Katie, and we would just talk and discuss and have it be a place where we were learning and our students were learning, and it was great because it was hands-on and we were able to really accomplish two goals at one time.
Okay, you're student teaching now. How much did this help prepare you to be a student teacher?
It helped me very much. First of all, the confidence that I gained from working one-on-one with students. I prepared lessons when I was in Katie's classroom, as far as guided reading lessons and shared reading lessons, and now I can carry that over into the classroom I'm in now. And so it gave me the confidence to do what I need to do and help me learn the right steps and the right way to really prepare and to have an effective lesson and to know how to meet the needs of my children in my own classroom now.
When I was working in Katie's class, I worked with a higher level student who was very, very good at reading but just struggled a little bit with her comprehension and things like that. And so it was more of a struggle for me to work with a higher student just because you always know the next step when you're working with a lower level student. But so that was a struggle and a challenge, and I felt that I learned a lot through that experience, and I learned a lot about those types of students. It prepared me well for what I'm doing now, and
I'm Lisa Sullivan, and I'm from the University of Sioux Falls, and I'm a professor there. And this is my early literacy class, and 3 semesters ago I came up with an idea of bringing my class in to a writing workshop class with Peggy Bainey. The class came in and we found so many benefits from doing this. We found that it benefited the teachers because the students came up with ideas that helped the teachers. It benefited the students because they were getting great models of good teaching. It benefited the young children because they had one-on-one opportunities to work with teachers. And the kids just did so amazingly well that I thought we need to try this with reading workshop too. So on Tuesdays we go into a writing workshop class with Mrs. Bainey, and on Thursdays we come spend the morning with Katie doing readers workshop. So it's not just reading from a book, but they get the real model. Then we go back to the classroom and discuss and debrief what we saw in the classroom, and the kids have amazing questions, and it's just been an awesome opportunity for the teachers, myself, the students, and the young children.
K-Learn TV was invited to a special art opportunity at Hawthorne Elementary. A Hawthorne family helped students construct piñatas. Art teacher Lisa Brunick will tell us more.
And we just experienced a really fun, very colorful multicultural exchange today. We had a set of parents who volunteered to come to school. They wanted to teach our students how to create authentic Mexican piñatas. This idea came from the parents. It was their offer, very, very generous offer, very generous, kind people. And so we set it up for the father's afternoon off. He was able to get off on Thursday. It was his birthday today. And so he offered to come in on his birthday and help us make all these beautiful piñatas. So what they did was, it's a very time-consuming process, and at their home, Mrs. Morales spent at least a full day for every single piñata building them from scratch. She used balloons and paper mache. She stirred up her own paper mache paste and created 5 different individual piñatas for the students to be decorating today. She spent a lot of time, so that's a good full week of work on her part that she volunteered for us. And then she and her husband brought the piñatas here to school. We put one piñata on each of the tables, and then through an interpreter, the students were able to learn how those piñatas were made. So not only did they get a authentic, first-hand, hands-on experience of making Mexican art, they also got to understand about the need for interpreters in our society now with the diversity that we have. We're so lucky to have here in our own school on a daily basis. So that was really fun to have Hector here interpreting for us as well. So Mrs. Morales very simply and step by step explained how the construction process for the piñatas work. And then she taught us all how to decorate the piñatas using crepe paper, and that's a very, very tricky, I thought it was kind of hard, process of making the fringes that we use to wrap around the piñatas as we're making them. The students caught on very quickly. We had lots of great help today, and I think it was a little bit of a competition to see who was going to get their piñatas decorated first. We had just a blast today. We didn't get it all finished though, so next week we'll come back and have an opportunity for the students to put the finishing touches and decorate it on their piñatas. Then the last thing you do with the piñata is to cut a little trap door in the top of the piñata, fill them with candy and confetti, and then schedule your party. So we're hoping to have some sort of a big fun, probably a multicultural, not only Hispanic party, but a multicultural party here at Hawthorne, which we do frequently. We like to take advantage of all of our different ethnic foods here at Hawthorne. So we will be planning a big celebration, and I hope you can come back and help us break the piñatas.
Now, this was a new experience for your students. Was this new for you also?
This was new. This kind of decorating was definitely new for me. I have done different versions of paper mache before, not to this large scale. It's tricky to do with large classes of students, so she had that part all the way done. She really had the hard part all the way finished for us. But this new technique of cutting the fringes, that was new to me, and it worked really slick. It was easy, so I can see definitely incorporating that back into my art class. Most definitely, that was a fun thing to do.
Mi nombre es Aureni Linyú Morales.
¿Su nombre cuál?
Aureni Morales.
My name is Aureni Morales.
El motivo de traer las piñatas es para la clase de arte de mi hija, participar con mi hija.
Yeah, the purpose to bring in the piñatas at the Hawthorne school is to show the students about the piñatas, how you build them.
Each year, All City Elementary puts on a Gala Luncheon. This year, K-Learn was invited to see what this was all about.
All right, I want to welcome you to the All City Gala Luncheon. This is an annual event. We're having the 11th annual event. You see it going on behind me here. And the purpose of this event is essentially has two purposes. One of them is to essentially concentrate on manners and having the students know that they can have appropriate table manners with their family here in our lunchroom, and we're asking parents to discuss that with them. The other part of the mission of this is just the fact of having a social event that parents can come to. We have a lot of grandparents, a lot of visitors, and just have an opportunity. We have about 300 people that are eating here today with us, so that's a real treat, and it's been a real big cooperative effort from a lot of different parents. This was an event that was not going to be happening according to regular schedule because of the fact that we didn't have a parent sign up last spring to take on the responsibility, but a parent family, Tom and Becky Stridicke, stepped forward and just thought that this was such a wonderful event that they didn't want this to pass by, and so they ended up just taking this on as an added responsibility here at school. A lot of other folks have pitched in, and what you see behind me is just a wonderful social event that the All-City community is able to share with guests and visitors.
The reason I became part of this, we've chaired a couple different programs throughout the last 10 years. This year, nobody stepped up to the plate, and we didn't have a chairman, and me and my wife decided we wanted to make sure the tradition continues, and we took her on and made her work.
Hi, I'm Jacob Haugen, and this is the Gala Luncheon, and it's where 5th graders come out and serve people and the parents at All City Elementary. We do it once every year, and we have one course, and then we have cake, and it's just like an annual thing that we always do at our school, and everybody really enjoys the food and company that we have here at All City.
I'm Micah McCoy, and I go to All City Elementary at Jane Addams, and I'm dressed up because we have the Gala Luncheon, which is everyone gets dressed up and we use our table manners, and the graders serve, and it's a special meal of like turkey and mashed potatoes and special foods, and the gym gets all spiffed up and so it looks nice.
That is all for this month's journey into the School Zone. Join us the 4th week of the month during the school year for a new edition of the School Zone. Good night.
K-Learn programming is made possible in part by Sanford Children's.